Good evening, everyone. This is IronPonyLife Podcast number 11. Tonight we have Tracy Buckaloo, and we also have Kevin Miller as our special guest. So how's everybody doing tonight?
I'm good.
Good.
Doing well, thanks.
All right, so we're trying out some new software here, and Kevin's had a bad day today. Hopefully he's going to have a better one now, so we're going to have some fun. We're going to give him some laughs, give him a smile here. Tracy, just by looking at you, I can see I'm going to be laughing tonight.
Oh, really? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. So, all right. So, Kevin, you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Again, my name's Kevin. I'm from Goshen, Indiana, which is pretty much right in the center of the state and about 10 miles south of the Michigan line.
Nice. And what kind of motorcycle do you have, Kevin?
So currently I am riding a 2023 Indian Challenger base model, but have had numerous bikes.
So, Tracy, what do you ride? I mean, a lot of people know, but, you know.
Oh, I have the Harley-Davidson Nicer Special from 2023, and then I have a Royal Enfield Hunter 350, and then I have a Honda Navi that's not going to stay in my garage very much longer. I'm getting ready to get rid of that.
Oh, excuse me, Tracy. What bikes do you actually ride? I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. Are you trying to be funny?
Yeah. Anyway.
I ride two of those three.
I ride a Indian 2023 Challenger Dark Horse. It's very similar to Kevin's motorcycle. But Kevin, I mean, we discussed this last time on podcast 9 that nobody's ever heard, but we talked about the new Harley-Davidsons. What do you think? You gonna switch?
To be honest with you, obviously right now the wife says no. And I don't necessarily disagree with her. I need to keep this one for a little while, but I don't know. I sat on one of those new road glides at a bike show earlier this year, and yeah, I was pretty impressed with the changes that Harley-Davidson made to that bike.
Yeah, I know. They keep hounding me. I mean, every day they call me like from one dealership, because I went to a couple dealerships. Pony Keg and High Stakes and Florence, Kentucky, and they just keep texting me, they keep calling me, and I look on their website, they have 30 to choose from. They got a lot of bikes in stock right now, so you might be able to get a deal. I mean, tell your wife you're going to get a good deal.
No, I'll stick with well, she gets upset because she said every time I change bikes, she has to change clothes. So she's still got quite a bit of Harley gear in the closet, and now she's trying to supplement that with some Indian clothing as well. So I think I'm good with Indian for now, but after a couple of years, I just want to see what Indian does, see what kind of improvements they made and see if it's anything like what Harley did.
Yeah, I think the two things I think they need to change is the infotainment center. I mean, it was good, 2 years ago, but now it's kind of dated. And I also want to get rid of the Cyclops headlight. I think we need to get rid of that thing. I mean, what do you agree with that, or you like the?
I would definitely agree with the ride command. That thing it needs to go. It's too clunky now. It's just. Yeah, matter of fact, I did find a workaround for my bike where I'm actually able to hook up Apple CarPlay. I know the base model doesn't come with the GPS module and things of that nature, but I was able to mess around on some forums and whatnot and actually found a workaround for that. So I'm actually able to get Apple CarPlay up on the ride command. So that's pretty much what I use exclusively.
Gotcha. Now, Tracy, on your Harley-Davidson, I mean, you're looking to get maybe a road glider one of these days?
No, I mean, I think my next ride would probably be the Lowrider S or something like that, maybe the ST.
Mm-hmm. But
go ahead.
But you're kind of tech swabby too,
Well, that's why I like the Nitzer so much, because it has plenty of tech for me. It has navigation and everything else, so that's all I need.
Now, does that one have Bluetooth and does it connect to what do you call it? It doesn't. CarPlay doesn't have it. It doesn't have CarPlay, does it?
Well, it connects to a Harley app that gives me pretty much everything just like that. So no, it's pretty good. It's actually really cool.
Cool. I know I got my ride command notice that says it's expired in June. So I need to
Is that a subscription?
yeah, you got to do it every
Oh,
year.
oh, nice. Another fee.
But the good thing is it's not like $350 like Harley.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, the new
Dude,
Harleys.
I tell you what, they all think of a way to get more money out of us, don't they?
Yeah, the new Harleys actually have a subscription fee, and you have to pay. I think it's like $300 a year. It's crazy.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, but Indians is like $99.
But it's clunky.
It's
Well, but that's, but a kind of a caveat to that too is, sorry, I was just trying to look up Tracy's bike. I'm not familiar with all the different
yeah,
models of Harley-Davidson, so I was just trying to look up his bike so I could see it. But, like for me, who bought the base model, for me to technically get the Apple CarPlay and navigation, it's going to cost me about $1,100 right out of the gate, because I have to buy the module
mm-hmm.
that needs to be put in, and then it's about another $600 labor to actually put that module in and upload everything that needs to be uploaded. So Harley saying, okay, if you don't want it, that's fine, but if you do, pay the $300. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at a lot more than that just to be able to get that.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing, because every day I think about, if I switch to Harley, because I've only been riding for like 5 years, and I do like the new design. I think it's a very beautiful bike, but I know there's all these histories of Harley-Davidson, leaking around the cylinders, that kind of stuff, breakdowns, and and such like that. I know that the suspension on the Indian Challenger is 10 times better, with a mono shock, and you don't get that on the Harley-Davidson, not the standard. I mean, you don't even get the actual, what is it, the forks, and where they're reversed, or what do you call them?
Inverted.
Inverted, yeah.
Inverted. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you don't even get that unless you get the CBO model or the ST version of the motorcycle. And I guess the ST version actually is kind of overlapped the CBO version, so now it's a CBO ST. So maybe they might release a new version in next year where it's going to be a ST in the middle, kind of like NVIDIA graphics, like that on a computer and stuff, where they release something, but it's an Ultra, and the next year it's the Pro, and they can have the Pro Ultra. Oh, what happened there? Oh, there we go. Somebody's
I'm sharing you with the CVO so you can see what everybody can see what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's the CVO ST.
Nice.
Look at that nice paint job right there. Oh my gosh! But
so that's the one that you're going to go look at on Monday.
No, that's too. That's $48,000. I can't spend that much money.
Kevin, I'm trying. I've been trying all week to get him to get one.
Yeah, I love my Challenger. It does me well. I mean, I've had no problems with it. The only thing that concerns me is the dealer network. And that's, if you go on a long trip and something happens, where are you going to take that motorcycle? Do you have to, pay $800 just to get it trailered, towed and stuff like that? The good thing is, a lot of people don't think about this, but you can get a motorcycle trailer pretty reasonable with U-Haul. And you can, do a round trip on the thing, or do a, one way, and it only costs you like $25 a day, I think. Pretty close. So, but a lot of people don't realize that. But if you're on a long trip, you don't have your truck with you. So let's say you break down in 750 miles, and there's no Indian dealer around you, and you got to get somebody to tow you, and that's one thing's good about having Facebook groups, right? So if you have like some friends on Facebook group, or like a Challenger forum like me and Kevin are on, we might be able to say, hey, does anybody live close to this town that has a trailer? I just broke down. And your motorcycle friends will try to help you out, I don't know if you ever had an experience like that, Kevin.
I have not. Out of all the trips that I've been on, I've been very fortunate, just extremely fortunate that I have not had any issues. And I've been on trips in my 2014 Ultra, and then I've also taken trips in my on my 2017 Chieftain, and I've taken a couple of smaller trips on the Challenger. Hopefully, some good trips coming up this year.
What's your plans?
But have been very fortunate. So
Yeah, what's your planned trips this year?
I really don't have any set in stone, but I think I'm coming back down your guys' direction.
Mm-hmm.
Probably sometime around the middle of June. I've got a buddy that lives in Johnson City, Tennessee,
Mm.
and I'm going to probably ride down there and spend some time with him. And there's some great riding. The Snake is one of them, US 421.
Mm.
That just starts there just outside of Bristol. Man, that's a great road.
Hmm. Tracy, does it make you jealous?
So
What's
yeah, I'll do some riding down there.
So Tracy, what do you
Yeah.
plan? You planning on any rides this year?
Uh, I was gonna. Well, I was trying to do one with you with your group, but I don't know if it's gonna work out or not, just because I can't get any weekends off.
Oh yeah. Well,
All
this,
all your rides are on Saturdays, and my new boss thinks that Saturday is my most important day of my life.
so she's not gonna give you no request off or nothing, huh?
I don't know, man. It's looking rough. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, work-life balance. You know,
All right.
they always say, and Kevin, you probably would know the same thing. I mean, you know, all the history we have with jobs and stuff. But, you know, you never know what kind of boss you're gonna get in life. You know, when you might love your boss right now, and they switch him, they transfer him somewhere else, and then hell for the next 2 years. I mean, that's sad. I hope your boss ain't watching this podcast.
Well, no, she's a good boss, man. I'm not saying anything
Yeah.
bad about her.
Actually,
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
I have a great boss. He's one of those that, so long as you're doing your job and you're not causing anything for him to actually watch you, he pretty much is hands off. I can't say enough about how I like my boss. So
Yep. Well, I go on vacation next week, and hopefully it's not going to rain all week. But the weather does look challenging. But I do want to go a couple places. I want to go up north, maybe to that motorcycle, old-fashioned Harmons, I think. What it's called? Is that Herman's or what was
Janus.
Janus? Yeah, Janus. And see if they have actually a showroom, so I can go up there and film a
Wait,
little bit.
what day are you going up there? I'd like to go to that place.
Well, Monday, you know, so I don't have to go to
Well,
Harley-Davidson.
no, I thought we were going to Bluegrass. What happened to that?
Well, okay. Well, what other day you have off, Tracy? I don't know your
Let's
schedule.
see. I'm off Monday, Thursday.
So maybe Thursday we'll go up there. You know, film it. Maybe,
Where's this? Where's Janus Motorcycles located?
I think it's right down Kevin's neighborhood.
Oh, well, Kevin, we should just come up there and
It's
meet you.
actually in my backyard. Yeah.
So, have you been there before? Or?
I have actually. So I'm actually a retired police officer, and my police department is actually right beside Janus Motorcycle.
Oh, okay. And they manufacture them right there, right?
That is correct. Yep, their little factories right there, and I do believe they do have a showroom. They also have different events there throughout the riding season as well.
Well, I'll call and I'll see if they do. Maybe tomorrow, and see if we can get a planned trip up there. I think that'd be a nice little. I mean, the old-fashioned motorcycles, man. That's where it all started. You know.
Well, I know they custom build those things for you, however you want them.
Maybe that'll be your next bike, Tracy. Instead of buying that new what is it called? I can't remember.
The Shotgun 650.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, I can see you running around the neighborhood with that little bike. People will be looking at you more than they do now.
People are always looking at me.
Yeah, because he goes around and around his neighborhood on his motorcycle.
Here, take a look at it, see what you think.
You got it? Show us that screen. Beautiful. Oh, look at that, man.
That's one of their
That's their
bikes.
new one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty sweet looking.
How much do you think that thing costs?
Probably about $12,000.
12.
Maybe more. I don't know.
Wow.
Now, let's see. This is a 450, so it might be more like 15,000. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they are in the $4,000 range. I mean, I think they're hand built. You know, motorcycles. They're pretty nice.
Yeah.
Man, you got that little button down now. Man, this might be good for you.
Oh, is it?
But anyway,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say they've got about 4 or 5 different models here that are. I mean, they definitely make some pretty cool looking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is a really classic. Check this one out when I bring it up to you here in just a second. Let me get it pulled up. Go back to here. So this one would be probably the one I'd really like right here.
Oh wow. Yeah,
That's
nice.
got that old school 1910, 1915, classic look. So pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean they're nice looking bikes. I mean they're better than them Royal Enfields.
I wouldn't go and say that out loud.
Please.
No, I'm kidding. But anyway, so
we definitely see a lot of them up here, and
a lot of them.
So they're pretty popular up where you're at.
Yeah, they're pretty popular. They also there's also several that'll ride around that have sidecars on them too. So those are pretty cool.
Oh, that's sweet. So they have that option available as well, huh?
Correct.
When I went to
Chris, I could see you in a sidecar next to me.
No. There's no way I would fit in one of them.
I'll put your 6'4". I'll put your 6'4".
When I was in Columbus, I actually seen. Oh, actually, there was 2 or 3 motorcycles. They're kind of old Harley-Davidsons with sidecars. They were police motorcycles. They actually still use them up there. So I don't know what's in the sidecar. Maybe it's their dog or something. But it was pretty wild to see.
That's a spot when they have to arrest you. They're going to put your butt in there.
Yeah, I was going to say that'd be pretty funny. I'm going to, arrest and everything else and get in a sidecar. That'd be a trip to remember going to jail.
Yeah, you wouldn't forget it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in jail once, and I've never had a felony or anything like that. But I was like 18 years old, and the police officer didn't know, I didn't have my license on me. He pulled me over. I had no tags on it. I just painted my car, and I was driving down the road, and he pulls me over, and I said, "Listen, I'm just working on my car. I'm just testing it out." And he didn't care. So, takes me to jail. Thinks because I had a beard and I was in high school. He thinks I'm over 18. Puts me in the actual, adult part of the jail. I got this crazy guy, a roommate in a cell. I got this crazy guy that walks back and forth and starts hitting his head on the concrete wall. And I'm like 17 years old. I was like, what the hell's going on with this guy, But anyway, it took like 4 or 5 days, Kevin. I mean, you used to be a police officer. For my parents to find out I was in jail. And I didn't have a court date until like a week.
Ooh.
Yeah. So when they find out I'm actually under 18, they are freaking out. They're like, they put me in my own little cell. I got my little own bed and everything else. But they wouldn't let me go. They wanted me to wait till I went to court. So I had like one more day, and I go to the judge, and I'm sitting there. I'm in my orange jail suit and everything else, and the judge is like, he's chewing tobacco and he's like spitting, and he's like got a can like 15
What kind of town were you in?
Yeah, this is Ripley, Indiana, man. Or I'm Brussels, Indiana. It was Ripley County. And he goes like, do you understand the age this guy is? And he's in his jumpsuit. This, you're out of here. Get out of my courtroom. It was like instant. They didn't want no lawsuits. I mean, back then time, I didn't know I should have sued him. That was crazy. I was in there for a week. And one of the funniest things about, because you know how you custom cars and, actually custom motorcycles and all that kind of stuff. One of the funniest things is my friends were, because this jail was in the middle of a graveyard, and they had these little windows and stuff like that. And I had this horn. It was like, had like the General Lee or whatever it was. But anyway, they go around and they're circling the jail, and the car has no license, no nothing, and they're using that horn like it was like, it's loud as hell. And I look out there and said, that's my freaking car. And they actually repainted it and looked like Starchy and Hutch. It was actually a Pontiac GTO, 1970.
Wait, are you saying they stole your car?
No, my friends, because I had to park in, because when I parked, I was where we were working at. I parked my car in my friend's there, and the guy, pulled into the driveway, and he pulls, and I'm like, hey, listen, this is my friends, and everything else. Well, he didn't know who I was or whatever it was. He just took me to jail. Thought I was, I don't know, a drug dealer.
I'm not gonna lie, man. If I pulled up and I was a police officer, I'd arrest your ass too.
But anyway, it was crazy. That's one of my most remembering kind of stories in my whole entire life.
One of your youthful memories.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember too much in my lifetime, but I will remember.
They must have did a good job because you haven't been in jail since. So you must have learned a lesson of something.
Yeah. So my mom actually, because they were moving.
Scared straight.
Yeah. So they couldn't find her because she was in the middle of moving. So we was living in Dillsboro and we were moving to Milan, and they couldn't find her or locate her because everything they said. We went to the house. Nobody's living there, man. There's nothing in the house. So you're telling us a lie. And it's like, no, I'm serious. They're moving. I couldn't remember that new address because I was a kid. And finally they find me in jail. And I got a couple Zero bars and a couple magazines. That was one of my favorite things about the jail. My parents finally, I said, "What do you want?" I said, "Give me some magazines and give me some Zero bars." So my mom brought them back, but they would not release me. That was ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. But
so, what was the charges? What were you charged for?
I got charged nothing.
But I mean, they just can't take you to jail for no reason. What were they? What was the purpose for taking you to jail?
They couldn't identify me, and I didn't have no license on the car, and it was.
So you were homeless.
Yeah, pretty much homeless, but I guess I don't know exactly, Kevin. Maybe you can give me more information of what they did or how they did it, but. All I know is when I went to the judge, he dismissed everything, and I got to leave. So,
I think they should have kept you for at least a couple months.
No, I don't think so. It's crazy. But anyway, what's strange about it? Like 6 years later, I'm driving with my wife and her kids, probably more than that, and the same damn cop pulls me over.
No way.
Yes, he does, man. I'm serious.
Stop it.
Yeah, he's saying it's the same cop, and he's like older and everything else, and he's nice. He gives me a warning and everything else. And I was like, I can't believe that son of a gun doesn't remember me. And but you know what he pulled, and I didn't know this. I mean, the car was going like 45 miles per hour in front of me, so I actually passed him, and I went over the speed limit, and he was coming this way. So he pulled me over for speeding because I was passing the guy. But anyway, he gave me a warning. So
But he didn't remember you at all, huh?
No. No, too many years went past. But I mean, if you're a police officer, you're probably pulling over 1,000, 6,000.
No, that's true. That's
you're
a
not
valid
gonna remember
point.
everybody.
Yeah, I think I would remember somebody I arrested that was under 18.
Yeah. So if you're listening and you're still alive, hi. You never know who listens to or watches these podcasts. Yeah, but I mean, it's a true story, man. I would not say it on a podcast if it wasn't, because somebody.
Oh no, we believe it's true.
So, Kevin, you got any crazy stories that you can just?
I have too many crazy stories.
Did you ever arrest anybody that you shouldn't?
No, I did not do that.
There you go. Good man.
But anyway, get back on the.
Yeah, I always said that
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's a huge delay here, so I apologize if I'm cutting people off.
No, you're good. Yeah, it says that you're having your primary upload is slow and your network is struggling. It says
Correct.
on me. But we'll get that fixed. You're gonna get fiber optics.
As soon as it's here. It's just they have not made it live yet. So.
Well, the good thing is we're gonna cut this thing shorter than normal. Okay, so that way you can upload it and don't take a few hours before you go to bed to have it uploaded. So it should all hopefully fit, and all the time will be working good, and there will be no delays that I can see. But this is a test. We're only 11 podcasts through, and eventually you're gonna get high speed. And it's entertaining to have people with their different perspectives, like in motorcycling. So we're gonna go with about 10 minutes now. We're going to talk about, some experiences you had as a motorcycle, because I know that Tracy has experiences, I have experiences, but you have different experiences because you've been to the Tail of the Dragon, you've been to Michigan up there. I mean, what was your favorite ride of all time so far?
You know what? I honestly got to say that every ride that I come home from and I am safe and have not had any issues. One of the first things I do when I get back from a trip is the first thing I do is thank the Lord above, and thanks for
Hmm.
bringing me home safe to my family and whatnot. So they're all great trips. I absolutely love being down in the mountains, down in your guys' area riding. Cherahala Skyway is an absolute beautiful ride. Again, I said the Snake, the 421 is a beautiful ride. There's a lot of great riding out there. It's definitely cool.
Yeah, because a motorcycle is not just for to save gas money and go from point A to point B, like home to work every day, like Tracy does.
What do you mean? I love it.
You got to get out. You got to get out.
I only gotta get gas once a month, man. Come on now.
But you got to get out and
Hey,
experience.
I gotta be honest.
Hmm.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, Tracy. I wished I could ride to work. I mean, it's nice. I mean, I do have a company vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
and I am a field employee for what I do now. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I often think, hey, it would be kind of cool to ride my bike to work every day too.
It
So,
is. It's very nice. I love it. Chris is just jealous.
and you're absolutely correct, especially with the gas prices the way they
Mm-hmm.
are. They're,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I can ride to work, but I don't like riding in the rain. And lately, it's been raining a lot.
That part is true.
Mhm.
I haven't rode a whole
Yep.
lot because of the rain.
Yep.
But $12 a month to ride my bike to work and back. I mean, you can't beat that.
I mean, last year, because everybody at work, because I worked at your store,
Mm-hmm.
last year almost all of our employees had motorcycles.
Quite a few, yeah.
And we'd have 6 out there parked in the parking lot, all together. And the bikes seem to be a lot safer out there. And now I go to a store that nobody rides a motorcycle. And it kind of feels strange because I will wake up and say, "Oh my God, it's sun up already." It's like the sunrise starts around 6 o'clock here, and I'll be like, "Man, I should ride to work," And then I think it's like I don't want to leave my bike out there by itself all day.
Well,
I'm
that's
there.
where I'm at now, though. I'm the only one that rides there anymore now, so
Yeah,
just me.
but I mean, I would love to ride to work, but I don't know. I'd rather just get my wife on the back. We'll go to dinner. I mean, that's what every night I see on your Facebook, Kevin. It's like you get home, you're on the bike. It's this beautiful weather. You're on the bike. You're going to some restaurant and you're eating with your wife, and you're coming back and you're having fun. And that's what it's all about right there.
Well, and I always like to say too that I'm probably different than most people. A lot of people will gain weight in the winter, and then lose it in the summer when they're outside more active. I'm actually kind of reverse. I gain all my weight in the summer because we ride with what we like to call a purpose. And that purpose usually has to do with food. So I
There
definitely
you go,
gain my
man.
weight in the summer and,
Hmm.
and lose it and lose it in the winter. So we're not out on the bike so much. So
Yeah, and today, I mean, because on you're in a lot of groups I am also, and I see everybody riding, and on the weekends there's like Tracy will never be able to do it because he's got work, but I see all kinds of group rides coming out, events, charities, and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people don't realize that when you have group rides and they're for a charity, that every single bike rider there is almost, I would say 99% is paying something to ride on that ride. You don't do it for free. You don't show up for free. You gotta put $30. You gotta put $40 in there. Sometimes it's less, but you pay the ride for a good cause. And I'm sure you've been on a bunch of them, right, Kevin?
oh well, actually so I'm actually a member of the Blue Knights, which is a international club. It's a law enforcement motorcycle club. We actually have a ride every year that we put on. We call it the Ride to Remember. We put it on in September, right around the September first or second weekend in September. I think last year we had well over 1,000 bikes in our ride. So we raise money through that ride, and then we support a lot of military. We actually have our own house that we had built, a tiny home for a homeless vet. We've got a little community over here in our area in Elkhart, where homeless vets, can actually live in a tiny home, and we actually paid for one of those to be built. So yeah, there's a lot of great charities that are rewarded from having those types of rides.
Nice. So Tracy, you have any plans of doing anything like that? At least stopping at like an event.
Yeah, I mean,
show up.
like I really enjoyed last year when you called me up and I got to go up there and meet Adam Sandoval. I thought that was a really neat experience.
Yeah.
You know, it's a guy, and I've been attached to his YouTube channel now, and I like watching a lot of. He does a lot of amazing stuff for a lot of people, and hopefully someday we'll get to meet him again and talk to him more about the stuff we've been doing. You know.
Yeah, I noticed that he did do the American Convoy again this year, but
Yeah, he's doing it again. Yeah.
But the closest city to us is Evansville, Indiana. You want to ride there?
What is that? About 2 hours from here?
Yeah.
2 hours south.
Yep. You ready to do it?
I could do a 2 hour ride.
We can go all back roads.
Yeah, I could do a 2 hour ride down there. That'd be fun.
Maybe Kevin can meet us down there.
That'd be great.
So it's a Harley-Davidson dealership in Evansville.
That'd be some pretty riding.
Yeah, there's some nice roads down there. Yeah. So, but
yeah, I mean, just stuff like that though. Just getting to meet that guy alone last year. And I have to thank you for that because you're the one that said, Tracy, you need to get up here. This is a once in a lifetime kind of deal, and it really was. I felt that way when I got there.
Yeah.
So.
My mission in life, Tracy, is to get you on the biggest motorcycle of your life, on the biggest road,
dude,
I can possibly get you on.
It's not about the size of the bike, man. It's about just
well,
riding
I mean, you gotta understand, you're inconvenienced that you got like a 1.5 fuel tank. Okay, so every 50 miles we have to stop and get gas. So we gotta at least get you a bigger gas tank. Or maybe a gas tank is strapped to the back.
Come on now, I have a 3.5 gallon gas tank on my bike. It's not that small. It is a 1,000cc bike, dude. It's got plenty of power, man.
Yeah. So Kevin, what would you think if I came up and I had a Harley-Davidson Road Glide? That would be crazy, huh?
I'd ask to ride it just to see what it feels like. So
now, in your impression, you sat on it, right? Now. And have you ever had a Road Glide before?
I have not. I only had the Batwing fairing is what they call it.
Okay.
Basically like the Street Glide.
Have you ever sat on the Road Glide, the previous model, just in a dealership?
I got a buddy that has one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've sat on them in dealerships before, and I'll tell you what, I'm a big fan of the frame mounted fairings. So I don't think I'll ever go back to a fork mounted fairing again.
Me too. Because when I went to Nashville, I'll tell you here in a second, I had a very good experience driving because there was a lot of high winds that day, and everybody that had the fairing that was not attached, to the frame, anytime a gust of wind came, it was moving their bike a little bit compared to mine was just going straight through it, because it wasn't able to turn the handlebars like it could, like on their bike. But Tracy, so I don't know, man. I don't think the Harley-Davidson is going to be in my future. I mean, I got a good friend here, Kevin. He's got a motorcycle, same as mine. Indian's growing with more riders. I mean, gosh, I know you keep on trying.
I think you got to think about it, man.
But what I was getting to, Kevin, is that I felt when I sat on that motorcycle, it was smaller compared to the Indian Challenger and also to the previous Road Glide. It seemed more confined to me. I mean, it actually felt like a smaller motorcycle. So one of the reasons why I like riding.
Yeah, they did a lot of trimming.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they did a lot of trimming off of the nose of that thing. So it definitely, they definitely did some trimming on that thing. But like I said, I'm not necessarily brand loyal. If an opportunity presents itself, I did tell my wife that I would keep this bike at least until the warranty expires. So
there you go.
I'm on this bike for the next few. Yeah, I'm on this bike for the next few years. So, because basically anything that happens for it is paid for. So
yeah. Now, so what happens, because you switched bikes before, so what happens to your group when you was in the Harley-Davidson group on Facebook? Do you just leave it, or you just keep friends, or?
Oh, I still have friends. I mean, I mean, there's folks that, I just came up riding with. I've got some great friends. Some of those friends that I have, we actually get together every Friday night for dinner. Yeah, so I am no longer a member of the Hog chapter. Obviously, you can, they're more specific. You can, you have to have a Harley-Davidson to be in the Hog chapter. Whereas the Indian Motorcycle Riders group, they don't care what you ride. We actually joined that group when I first started riding back in 2015, and I had a Can-Am Spider. I actually started on 3 wheels, which is probably a little bit different than what most people do. But we joined the Indian Motorcycle Riders group because they don't care what you ride, just come out and ride. And I still believe that too. It doesn't matter what you ride, so long as your knees are in the breeze, that's all that matters.
See, Tracy, he's got a different group in mind, and the Indian Riders Motorcycle Group, whatever it is, ours is 2074. I don't know what yours is if you want to plug them, but Tracy, it doesn't matter what bike you have, you can ride with us.
Why are you telling me this? I'm the one that knows it doesn't matter.
Well, last time you went there, you went to a meeting, and you felt kind of
I mean, it is. I mean, you do feel a little different when you're the only one there with a different brand or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, it's even with you. We're talking about switching to Harley or not switching to Harley. It's whatever bike that you feel the best on and that you enjoy. That's what matters.
Yeah. And
the Nightster for me is great. The Challenger for you guys sounds like it's great for you guys, and it's what you love, and that's where it's at. It's about what you enjoy and what you like. And as far as rides go, whether you go long distance rides or to work or back from to home, it's whatever makes you happy and makes you smile at the end of the day. That's what matters.
I totally agree.
Riding's riding.
That's exactly right.
Well, I think unless anybody's got anything, we can end it as that.
There you go. It sounds like a good ending to me.
Exactly right. Ride your ride. Exactly. All right. So let's get this thing over with. I appreciate everybody here tonight. We did have some technical issues. Hopefully this comes out really good.
I think it will.
Please stay on. If you're up, you got to wait till your recording comes up or uploads 100%, or it's going to make my life really rough. But anyway, everybody, have a good night. Ride your ride. This is the end of podcast number 12. Everybody have a good night.
Be safe out there, guys.
You're right. Podcast 11. All right.
Safe.
All right. See ya.
Give me time, I was just fine. You thought I was worth leaving behind? You're out of your mind. I'll come back better than ever, no matter the weather. Greater than I've ever been, that's my new endeavor. I work hard, so the sweat coming off my chin. On par with the greatest that I've ever done it. I'm new, coming back.